Okay, so this is my goodbye to March. I'll film this way. And normally this would have been posted by yesterday, Tuesday, but oh wait, no, today's Tuesday. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my brain, everything is jumbled. So many projects that I'm working on, a few deadlines, just the regular schedule. So that's why this is taking so long. But to recap, there's a lot that I wanted to share with you guys that I got to do last week. So this is last week's recap. So your girl was locked in a building for 24 hours. And I essentially built an app. Yeah. I pitched an original idea. It got votes. The other 12 that were selected, they were the highest ranking, they had the most. So that's how it went. A lot of people came up to me after and they were like, oh my gosh, I really loved your idea and stuff like that. Ultimately, I do think that it was a bit broad. And there was that question of oh, how are we gonna execute this within 24 hours? So no problem there. But yeah, I chose my team, and me and my team, we were working on, I actually don't really want to get into the details of what we were working on, because I'm not sure if Angel will want to take that prototype further. But I got to share a little bit about my own personal story, to contribute to essentially the research aspect of the app. And yeah, I literally went to one of the workshops, and Enrique, he showed us how to do it, and I was just taking notes the whole time. You guys will see in the footage, I spend a lot of time taking notes, because that's the kind of person I am. That's how I learn. So I spent a lot of time taking notes, and Enrique showed us how to essentially storyboard and all of those things. And I'm not gonna get into all that boring part of it, but it was really a very surreal experience. I ate with these people, slept next to them, and essentially strangers, but it's just we came out after it, and it's just wow, these are connections that are probably gonna come back and withstand time for sure. The food was great. They really fed us. Shout out to them, because they really fed us. And there was money on the line. There was money on the line. Of course, there was money on the line. And the first place and second place winners, of course, they were black men and women. So shout out to them. And yeah, I think that's all I have for that. I think the clip that I have uploaded here is about 4 minutes, so I'm gonna move on from that. And the next day, I literally had to get up and go work behind the scenes at NDRE's 25th anniversary concert. And that was so amazing. That's the first time I've interviewed talent on site, and a live production, you know what I'm saying? There is no redos. There isn't like, okay, we scheduled this interview, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just everybody's schedule is all over the place. Sound check here, sound check there. And I also got to like dust off my broadcasting like technical skills, because I went to like shout out to GSPN, ESPN, and Chandler at Belt, because I went to that camera workshop literally just randomly. I mean, it's not random, I'm in the club. But that's where I basically learned how to like put together a broadcast camera. I'm just gonna call it that. The specific camera I was working with on the day of the show was a Panasonic, and thankfully I went there. Sports broadcasting is definitely not the same as concert, but you know, you gotta work with what you got. You gotta work with what you got, because I did it and I showed up. The one thing I will say is I wish that I had maybe gotten behind the camera a little bit later than I did. That way I could really kind of dust off my photography and really get the shots that I wanted to get, because standing on the ledge, you couldn't really get that. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. And for legal purposes, I am not going to share that footage just yet. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And what else did I do during March? Let me get my planner. Because this is the last day of March, so it's like ideally if I don't look anywhere else, I should look. So okay, so I applied for something really big. I can't believe that was this month, and like, oh my gosh, like I've really been just deadline this whole month. Went to Houston. You guys remember that? Who was out there for me? Oh, that was great. Spring break, that was very relaxing. Yeah, you guys are pretty much caught up. I think the hackathon was the thing that I was really kind of like looking forward to the most. I try to do like one thing that just I would have never done before, and I think the hackathon was that for this month. I did not know that I was gonna end up working backstage the next day after, because I just thought the schedules wasn't lining up. I got the date for the hackathon mixed up, so I told the person in charge, I was like, oh no, I can't do that date for the concert specifically. So I chose another one, and yeah, so, but anyways, I made it. I did it. Louis Simos, we did it. I am so incredibly grateful for this month and for just the opportunities that I've had. And I didn't want to leave you guys behind and, you know, be starting off April with a March video. So thank you guys for waiting. Thank you guys for being patient. And I cannot wait to see what April has for you and me. And I love you guys. I want this video to be 10 minutes exactly, so I'm talking to the very last second. And thank you guys for watching me and supporting me. And I support myself, so I love you guys. Bye.